So hello guys, today we will discuss problem 1.17 from Griffith, Introduction to Electrodynamics. So the question says, in two dimension, show that the divergence transforms as a scalar under rotation. So suppose that we take a vector function v, which is a function of y and z, because we are considering two dimension. So dot product of v will be equal to curly vy upon curly y plus curly vz upon curly z for two dimension, because v is a function of y and z only. So we have to prove or show this equation. Basically this equation is equal to this equation, which basically means that divergence before rotation and after rotation doesn't change, or basically they are same before and after rotation. Why we need to prove that? Because for scalar, when we rotate, when we apply rotation for a scalar, the scalar doesn't change under rotation. What I mean by that is, as I've discussed in my vector transformation video, that suppose we take nx number of mango, ny banana, and nz apple. So we take some n, which is equal to nx x cap plus ny y cap plus nz z cap. So does it mean that this n is a vector? Well, obviously not. But why? Because n doesn't transform as vector. Basically n doesn't transform properly when you change coordinates. What I mean by that is, suppose we have this a vector and we change the coordinate from basically the angle of the yz axis by phi angle. So initially, before rotation, I had this a component in y for y axis. I had this ay, which is ay. The magnitude of this length was ay. Now after I had applied rotation, the component on y due to basically the component of y of a vector changed. This ay is not equal to ay bar, which is ay bar. These are not equal. So whenever we take the coordinate system and change the angle of the axis, the vector transforms so that the magnitude of the vector on a certain axis changes. So, but if I look at this equation, so let's say I'm looking at some some number of apple, and I change my point of view. First, initially I looked from here, now I look from here, but the number of apples doesn't change when either I look from here or anywhere else. The number of apples remains the same. It doesn't change as I change the basically the coordinates, but vector does change. Ay is not equal to a bar y. So I have to basically prove that the divergence doesn't change under rotation. Okay. So now from a vector transformation, we know that vy bar equals to this, which came from here, which I discussed earlier in my videos. Ay bar is equal to this. Okay, so I've just written instead of ay, I have written vy, and for same for vz here for az, which is az bar equals to this, and I have written vz bar equals to this. So now we solve these equations from equation 1 and 2, I can write, let's say I differentiate equation 1 with respect to y bar. So equation 1 with respect to y bar, I get this equation. Okay. Because cos phi is constant, here cos phi is constant, so we take it outside the derivative. Same for the sin phi. Okay. And we also take the derivative of second equation with respect to z bar, and we get these equations. Now I have written this equation, curly vy bar upon curly y bar, as this. Now how did I wrote it? Is as I discussed in Griffith problem 1.14, which is basically this question. I wrote this equation, curly f upon curly y bar is equal to this, and curly f upon curly z bar equals to this. So instead of y here, I put the value of vy. Instead of y, I put vy. So curly vy upon curly y bar, which is curly f upon curly y bar, is equal to this. So I wrote it as this. Same for curly vz upon curly y bar. Okay. So I just wrote this from this equation, first equation, this. Now also in this question I discussed how I got these values. Curly y upon curly y bar is equal to cos phi. Basically these four values. So I wrote these equations here, these four equations, and here curly y upon curly y bar is equal to cos phi. So I put this value in this equation. So I get curly vy upon curly y into cos phi plus curly vy upon curly z into curly z upon curly y bar, which is sin phi. So I just put it here. And same for this equation, I just put the values. And this was for curly y bar upon curly y bar, curly vy bar upon curly y bar. Now for curly vz bar upon curly z bar, I repeat these same steps and use this equation here, this one equation, second equation. So I get this value. So now I add these equations, this equation and this equation. I get curly vy bar upon curly y bar plus curly vz bar upon curly z bar is equal to this. Now I solve these equations and cut some negative and positive terms. Here I took from these two equations, I took curly vy upon curly y as common. So I get, in bracket, I get sin square phi plus cos square phi, which is equal to 1. Same here. So basically after solving this equation, I get curly vy bar upon curly y bar plus this is equal to this, which was my required equation to show that divergence, just as scalar doesn't change under rotation, similarly divergence also doesn't change under rotation. That is, divergence before rotation and divergence after rotation remains same. Basically they are both same, so they doesn't change. So that's it for this video. I hope you like it. If you like, then subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video.